So recently, Hulk Hogan had came out at a WWE Netflix Raw event, and he was booed immediately as soon as he came out. He was kind of surprised. He didn't know if it was noise at first. You know, with him being 71 years old, he didn't know if he was it was just noise at first or what was going to happen. But he was kind of surprised. You know, he came out of his normal theme song and he came out to a lot of boos and was surprised. He was looking around and trying to figure out, okay, is this real? What's going on right now? Have I heard boos in a long time? Because you know he's been going out at the Trump campaign and everything else, and he wasn't getting that many boos because you know a lot of people that were out there aren't really just wrestling fans or Hogan fans, so they're mostly there just to watch Trump. You know, it's an older generation, even though they're around the same age as Hogan and below. People grew up on him. That doesn't mean that people know about him that much. Especially these days, he's not really familiar like that to most people. But the response he got was shocking to a lot of people. I'm not really surprised, but I am surprised that you know it's a new generation. This generation doesn't really like the same kind of people that the last generation did. And I wasn't really surprised by it mostly because I know that, you know, this generation has technology and they know about a lot of things that happened in the past and recent years. And if somebody's going to be at a wrestling event like WWE, I'm pretty sure they're going to be very familiar with Hulk Hogan and why he's not around as much. And with a lot of people, as far as the generation 20 and up, they familiar with him and they don't agree with a lot of things he's done over the years. Not only with slurs and everything else he said, they don't like that he's caused a lot of friction over the years from wrestlers. You know, he's even been rumored to being in the way of guys getting a union and being able to get paid a certain way over the years. He's taken indirectly a lot of money out of people's mouths. And a lot of wrestlers don't like Hulk Hogan. He's not making any appearances in movies like he used to be. He was like an action hero, movie star. He was a brand, action figures, video games, posters, reality shows, you name it. Hogan said he's done it. But these days, he's not really liked like that because he's not a good person in a lot of people's eyes. They don't really like what he does. And if you just look at the history and all the WWE stars and WWF, you know, back in the day, WCW, none of those guys liked him, man. I mean, the man's divorced. His ex-wife doesn't like him. Um, he doesn't get along with his kids that well. I mean, he's a very grouchy guy. He might he might have tried to put his best foot forward, but he didn't land in the right spot. And he's went off on the deep end, and he's just an example. And the only thing I can say about that is, there's a lot more other people that fit his, you know, category as far as his age, thought process, the way things used to be, and everything else. And this generation is going to end up solidifying him as far as being canceled because the way he got booed tonight, it wasn't just a couple of people. And that just goes to show that this younger generation knows the trouble that a lot of these people that still get passes have gotten. And there won't be a lot of passes handed out from 2025 on. This year has started out wild already. And this has basically been the first step.